Hi there folks, quick video today. We're going to tie another tube. We're going to tie a 10-minute tie, which is unusual for me. But these are going to be made out of synthetics and a little bit of Nayat on the head, and they're designed to go over the mono rig or even the bow rig. So it's up to you how you use it and what rigs you use, but they're simple tubes to tie. And just to give you an example of what they look like, I mean this is a standard hook mono rig with a shank at the front, so you can clip it on real quick. And I'm using a dragon tail with these. Don't have to use a dragon tail, you can use a wiggle tail, you can use a flash tail tube to go over the back. Also tie it on the weedless, which I showed in my previous tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, so it's a very quick tie, dead easy. Lightweight to cast, very durable fly as well. So if you want to tie something up quick that's durable, it's going to last a long time, I recommend tying some of these up. In the vise we've got a 3mm tube, and on top of that we've got a 4.8mm tube. They might be referred to as XL at some shops. I got these from Nordic anglers some time ago, previously called flytying.eu. And the thread we're using is GSP 100. It doesn't really matter what thread, but I would suggest you use a strong one because we're going to be using body tubing, and you need to pull down quite firm with these. So I've cut a piece of body tubing about 1.5 inches long. This is half inch size. You can get these from fly shops, or you can look on eBay and you can find very similar products. These are quite heavy duty, so they're super durable. So before you put it on, just burn the ends to make sure it doesn't separate. Do the same with the other side. You should be good to go. So what I'm going to do with this is just slide it over. Now I want the tube to start where I'm tying it in, pretty much. So that's where I'm going to tie down. Pull down tight, make sure it's really secure. They're easier to tie, body tubing is much easier to tie on tubes than it is hooks. Like so, and then come down, add some glue to that. Loads of glue, use super glue if you want. This is liquid fusion, gives me some time to dry, and I need to fold this over. Come all the way down and then come back. To just behind where you tied in initially. And unravel your thread and then come down and tie down. Make sure you pull down firm. This is really why you need GSP. It's the strongest thread. I mean, 100 denier, 150 denier is fine. I haven't had any problems with 100. Whip finish. And for those that are wondering why I'm struggling with this tube noodle, it's because I haven't had time to saw off the end. If you do get one of these and you're tying quite short tubes like I am, just saw the end off here, because otherwise you'll scratch yourself. Make sure there's full coverage of the glue. Once that's set, that's not going anywhere. And what we're doing now is we're just going to force that back. Like so. And that creates the volume to lay the synthetics over the top, so it creates a bump. You could do that with bucktail as well, but you'll find over time bucktail will collapse. Even with the bulkhead, it will get softer and collapse over time. So what I've done is ahead of time I've just blended some Jerkbait Mania Pike Skinz in dark brown. You can use whatever colour you want, and I've blended that with Hedron Polar Flash in silver and copper. So what I've done is I've taken a fair amount, not too much, and I've blended it together like that. So that I'd say that was probably, I don't know, probably about 8 inches, maybe 10 inches. I'm going to double that over. So let's tie the thread back down. Add some glue. Like so this needs to be tapered, so make sure you always taper. And what we're going to do, we're going to lay this down 40-60, so 40 there and then 60 over the top. But that's completely up to you what you do, depends what shape you want. So what we're going to do, we're going to wrap this around the top half because we want full coverage. A couple of loose wraps, and we want to make sure that synthetic and flashes all the way down to the halfway point. And then we're going to take another clump, the same length, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. It's a bit fiddly. A couple of loose wraps over the top. And we want to make sure that synthetic's covered all the way around, like so. Pull down tight. And then we're going to just push that back. You could use a pusher tool for this. Make sure we've got full coverage over the top. I'm going to tie that down. We're going to come back over. We're going to do the same on the other side. Just use your thumb to push it around, like so. Tie down. Make sure you've got even coverage. There we go. So you can see it creates that volume, and that volume will stay then. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to tie down, and we're going to add some more glue, and we're going to do another. We're going to do this again just to thicken up the head a little bit. More glue. And this time we've got some slightly shorter Pike skins and flash, so probably about 1 inch shorter. And we're going to do the opposite way. We're going to do 60-40 this time, just to create a taper on top. And again, we're going to do exactly the same. Come slightly in forward in front of it. It creates that nice profile then. And on the bottom piece we're going to have shorter again, so about 1 inch shorter but slightly denser. So you can play with the volume if you like, in terms of what shape you're looking for. And we're going to tie this down again 60-40, wrap down, make sure there's full coverage all the way around, which there is, and then come back over the top. Tie down over the top, like so, and just make sure that fibre's evenly spread. And then again, come down like that. There we go, it's starting to take shape now. Make sure that's secure. Come in front. Add some glue all the way around. You want this slide to be nice and robust. Wrap down. The last bit, before we add some eyes, we don't have to add eyes, we're going to use Nayat. Now I get this Nayat from Big Streamers, and in my opinion it's better quality here than anywhere else that I've tried so far. I mean, they're all to be honest, all the Nayat that I buy is very good anyway. So we're just going to take the short underfur fibres right at the beginning, so don't take all of it out because you need some of that. And we're going to cut this not quite in half, about, again, 60 this side, 40 this side. And we're going to take another clump, slightly longer fibres this time, just to give it a bit of variation in the length of the head. Now the heads you can use whatever you want, but I like using Nayat because it's very robust and it lasts longer than wool and laser dub and all those other products. So if you want your flies to last, I recommend using Nayat as a head material. And all we're doing with this is we're just blending it together. You can mix flash with this, Angelina fibre, angel hair or whatever. Just mixing these around like so. You want to make sure these are properly blended and there's no straight edges in here. And one thing good about Nayat as well is it takes a cut really well, especially if you taper. That's probably enough. So these long ends here, I'm just going to take those out. I'm going to lay them on top. And what we need to do with this, we need to give it an even coverage all the way around, like this. And make sure it's covered all the way around the tube. 2 loose wraps over the top, a few more to secure it. Just want to check that's got good coverage. Take your comb, just hold the ends here and just give it a comb all the way around to make sure you have got proper coverage here. You want to tie down tight, give it a wet finish. Make sure that thread doesn't move. And then what I like to do is completely optional, is just colour this white end black because we want it to match the head. Colour it all the way around, like so. And we want to add a bit of glue in here as well. All the way around, so that hair isn't going anywhere now. We just need to spread these fibres at the front to make sure they go all the way around. Now you can use your push tool and push those back. Make sure you've got the right coverage before you tie down. I'm just going to tie down over the top, like so, and wet finish. Do as many wet finishes as you like. Take the marker pen again and colour that white in black. It doesn't show up. Grab your comb, give it a brush. Now, it looks a bit weird at the moment, but it will take shape, I promise you. So I'll take that bait fish shape now. For the eyes, use whatever you want. I'm just going to use some stick-on, cheap stick-on eyes. I find these actually quite durable because they don't tend to peel off the backing. I also use a lot of Deer Creek eyes as well. They're fine, but I like these gold tape eyes. So I'm just going to take a couple off. Always put them on the palm of your hand. And now I'll take some flexible glue. And I'm just going to apply it to the eye. In this case, I find with the stick-on eyes, the tape eyes, that applying it to the eyes a little bit easier because you can get the coverage of the glue where you want it for these ones. And I'm just going to lay that down on top. Push push that down so the glue soaks into the material. I always end up getting glue on myself, but that's fine. It comes off easy, it's not super glue. Do the same for the other side. And lay that on top. Like so. Just check they're even. They look even to me. You can play around with it in another 5 minutes or so as well, because that glue will start to set in a couple of minutes. It gives you some time to move them around. So the last bit is to take this off the vise, take the inner tube out without moving the eyes, like so. So you can see the shape of it now, proper bait fish shape. It really pushes up some water. So I'm just going to trim off a little bit of the tube, and I'm just going to grab my lighter and I'm going to just melt the ends, push them down, don't do it too long. I like to use the base of my vise to get a nice straight finish. Just pop your scissors in there so that hole closes, just put them in there like that, and there we go, that's it. So the last thing to do with this fly is to coat it with Deer Creek Fine Flex, wait for that glue to dry, make sure the eyes are coated, and around the head for extra durability. And that's it, so simple, so quick, dead easy. Works great on the mono rig, so you can tie it with a mono rig with a conventional hook, with a dragon tail on the back. You could put it on the weedless mono rig with a shank at the front and tail on the back, or whatever you want. You could put a flash tail on the back as well. You can do whatever you want really. Leave it up to you. This is just to really give you an idea how to use body tubing and synthetics to make very quick and durable flies, which will hopefully catch you fish. You've caught fish for me, so they will for you as well. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think, and if you tie it and fish it, let me know how you get on with it as well. I'm always interested to hear what people how they're doing with the flies that I tie up, and I look forward to talking to you again. Cheerio, bye.